ready for UFC 299 this weekend? Well, I got some exciting news for you UFC fans. I have teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you the ultimate fight night experience. Imagine this, you're a new customer to DraftKings, you place an initial wager, and if that bet doesn't hit, no sweat. You will get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet up to $1,000. Just download the DraftKings app. Make sure you sign up using my promo code Sonnen. The crown is yours. And DraftKings has got something for the existing customers as well. All customers get SGP insurance every day. Get a bonus bet back in the amount of your initial bet if one leg of your SGP loses. Minimum number of legs required and maximum bet varies. If sportsbook betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. Download the DraftKings app right now. New customers, use my promo code Sonnen and get a no sweat bet. That's promo code Sonnen only at DraftKings Sportsbook. MVP. Do you guys know who this is? MVP is quite possibly the most exciting guy in MMA. Many people have believed that, and exciting is a bit of a subjective term. The way that he fights, his excitement, his highlight reels, his knockouts, like, yeah, he might be. I bring it to you from a little bit different perspective, which is you have three ways to be entertained. You, the audience, have three ways to be entertained. The walkout, the performance, the post-fight. That's it. The real good ones will give you two of the three. The real good ones will give you something special to say afterwards and during the fight. You'll get one or two guys in a generation that can do all three, right? All three would be O'Malley. It would be Adesanya. I'm letting you know now, just in case you're not familiar with MVP, it would be MVP. He will dance on the way to the ring with rhythm. You know, guys that can move. It's like a break dance. It's like cool as they're moving forward. Like he can do whatever that is, pop, or they call it something. I can't dance. He can do it. It looks great. His fighting style is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You never seen anything like it. No, you never seen anything like it. He'll jump through the air. Anthony Pettis will watch MVP and go, damn, that guy was fun to watch, right? I mean, wild. He's very wild. He's done some things I can't even tell you because I'm trying to brag about him right now. He's done things to people in the ring that are from a violence and vicious standpoint that I can't even tell because it won't sound like bragging. It'll terrify you. And he's fast. You know who Rickles is? Rickles is as tough as a $2 steak. And Rickles told the referee at one point in their fight, he just said, I'm done. They were on their feet. You don't see a lot of that. And a fighter that stops on his feet is like a fighter that stops on his stool. There's just a stigma, and you don't want to do it. And Rickles was not only 100% correct in doing it, he not only was 100% accepted in doing it by the boys in the locker room. We didn't know what took him so long. And all Rickles said, he wasn't falling down. He wasn't about to get knocked. He was getting hurt. The things were hurting, but he said, I couldn't see him. He said he did two things. He set me up, and then he threw with a speed. Talking about MVP. I couldn't see him. And he said, after taking enough of these shots and nothing, you've proved your point. We're done. Rickles was right to do that. But who else can you say that about, right? This guy's special. MVP is special. He was an open signing. He was sought after by Bellator, by PFL, by bare knuckle fighting, by the Ultimate Fighting Championship. One of these guys. He's got a big potential and a big future. History says you don't perform. I'm not talking about outcome. I'm talking about performance. You don't perform your best on day one in the UFC. Guys just don't. They underperform. Let me give you a great example. Eddie Alvarez, a world champion when he came over, a world champion by the time he left, lost his debut fight. It's just one of those things. Hector Lombard had won 22 straight. Vanderlei Silva destroyed and terrified the whole world. It's one of those things where your first performance and the matchup with Kevin Holland is confusing. Kevin Holland, who is most proud, and who you guys love. You guys love Holland. And you guys that know MVP, love MVP. Like, there's a lot of focus on this fight. There's not a lot of hype. So I just wanted to help. I wanted to pitch in and help so you could enjoy this and let you know who MVP is. But the deal with Kevin Holland isn't just his courage and he'll fight anybody. And he really will. A lot of guys say it, very few guys do it. He's the real deal. But Kevin Holland is most proud of his jiu-jitsu black belt under Travis Lutter. He's more proud of that than the fact that he's a UFC fighter. He's more proud of that than the money he made. More proud of that than the fact that he fought 5 guys in a year. He's very proud and he wants to demonstrate and showcase those skills. But he has had 4 fights in a row now where he has showed a stubbornness to go to the ground. He'll defend you and fight like hell from you taking him there, and he never attempts himself to take you there. He stays on his feet. And he's stubborn. Like, there are people that are predicting, well, he'll take this guy down. No, he won't. I mean, he won't go out there with an emphasis and an urgency. He just won't. Particularly because MVP is so scary. That's where Kevin will fight him, at least for a while. And so it becomes a very dynamic question. MVP is not a guy that puts you down with combinations. He will put you down with one shot. He will kick you one time. You will go to the emergency room. I'm not exaggerating about this. He will punch you one time. Your jaw will be broken. This is an exaggeration by me. And Kevin Holland will stay on his feet and give him those opportunities. But Kevin Holland is very long, and he's got very good kicks himself, and he controls range very well. Like, there's a lot of moving parts, and I don't think that Holland has to be worried about being taken down. That's not a skill that MVP generally shows. But I don't think it's a skill that Holland will evoke. So what's going to happen, right? This is anybody's ball game. But it's one of those fights where, do you remember when Gaethje came over? Gaethje debuted, it was like the greatest debut ever. He took on Michael Johnson. Nobody knew what a Justin Gaethje was. He had a great record. You hear he's a tough guy. Nobody knew what a Justin Gaethje was. It was such a debut. They took him and they put him in a coaching role of the Ultimate Fighter, which is the greatest marketing vehicle. It's almost a reward in this industry to get that position. He did it on one fight. That's what a debut he had. This is going to be that kind of fight. I don't know who's going to win. But one guy is very likely to dominate the other.